So it's been a long time since I filmed. The last thing I was doing my Living with Gerd series that I wanted to do, because in researching, like I found like it's a lot of us going through it. I'm not alone. And reading, finding y'all videos on YouTube, reading stuff on Google, when people leave comments, you know, and I feel like this like a real person and I can relate. Like it make me feel better because. And then I want to do this video because a lot of people has been commenting on the last 3 videos that I've done relating to my GERD, and you know, saying how sorry they are for me and all of that, and hoping that I feel better. So I'm like, let me do an update to let these people know that I am feeling much better. I'm still on my road to recovery, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was. Like this has been a year. It was a year in June, so I'm over a year now that I have first got diagnosed with GERD. So the last thing I left off on, I had gotten my endoscopy done, and I don't know if I can't remember what all I said in that video, but they did find polyps on my stomach, which came from me taking omeprazole, which is a PPI. It's one of the PPIs that you're giving when it's like a common PPI when you're first diagnosed with acid reflux. Like it's other ones, I don't know. It's Femina, something with an F. I think they tried to replace omeprazole with that one that starts with an F. I'm not good with those names. I just really learned how to say omeprazole, y'all. But they try to give me the one that starts with an F and to replace omeprazole, and I'm glad I didn't take it because someone was telling me not to, because I've seen stories and then, you know, watched videos and read stories about the PPIs and how bad they do you. But for the most part, it did me good. But it is true when they say like, do not use them for long term. That's a no-no. Of the polyps that they found from my stomach, which is causing my stomach to bleed. Like when I go to sleep at night and I wake up, I always get up spitting up blood, and it comes from within my stomach. So, you know, they was concerned about that because they was like, you know, they don't want me to bleed to death or whatever. Where is the blood coming from? So that caused me to have the endoscopy done, because they had to take a biopsy to see, you know, take little samples to see, of course, if anything was cancerous. Thank God that wasn't the case, but I did have polyps that was caused by the long-term use of omeprazole. Okay, now I believe that my acid reflux was reversed a long time ago, but because I cut my diet so much into things that I could and could not have, I made myself iron deficiency, I made myself vitamin D deficiency, and my red blood cells were extremely low. So I had to get on folic acid pills. I'm now on vitamin D pills because I just recently found out that my vitamin D was very low. And then I've been on iron pills. I've been on iron pills for a while, and I've stopped taking my folic acid because when I went back to the doctor, all my counts was back up to normal. I started taking B12 before I got on the vitamin D, before I found out that my vitamin D was low, because my friend was talking and she was like, maybe it's your B12 because of all of my symptoms. So I still take them every now and then because of the energy, because you know, if you deal with GERD, your energy and fatigue is on you heavy, your energy is low a lot of times. And so the B12, it, you know, the doctor said it doesn't hurt to take it, so I take that from time to time when I just want to get some energy or I'm feeling a little low. But the vitamin D causes, low vitamin D is so many symptoms, y'all. It's so crazy how everything like works and runs together. Low vitamin D causes anxiety, and I know if you deal with GERD, y'all know our anxiety is crazy, like, and it's scary, okay, because it wakes us up out of our sleep. It's the reason why we can't eat and try to lay straight down. You know, we got to give our food time to digest, 3 hours, so they say, and all of that, and it's scary. It's scary. Like the panic attacks, it wakes you up. You literally think you're about to die. Okay, I hate to say that word, but that's just what it is. Like it's like you're not here. Like you're here, but you're not here. You're not in existence. Like when you especially when you wake up from an anxiety attack, aka panic attack, because they're one and the same, it's a scary situation. And I was having like back to back to back to back, not knowing that not only was it your GERD, acid reflux, whatever you may be dealing with, that causes panic attack, yeah, and maybe the pills that they get you on, but if you like change your diet just like drastically like I did, I just pretty much cut out everything, and a lot of things I wasn't getting the right nutrients in my diet because I pretty much became a pescatarian, cutting out a lot of things that give me all the right nutrients. So fast forward to why now I'm on all these pills, and it's working. Like, I got my energy back. I remember feeling very cold. My legs would itch all the time. All the headaches have stopped, and all of that. I'm so glad that I'm at a much better place now, because I have to mentally, like, I pray all the time, like 3 or 4. I'm very spiritual, have a Christian background and all of that from my childhood. So God was always a part of my life, but his presence in my life today, because of the situation that I'm going through, is like times 100. And so I pray like all the time, and I had to mentally train myself not to think the worst in this situation, because dealing with what we deal with, the anxiety attacks and the not knowing, and when our body feels different and we don't know exactly what we're going through, like, we automatically go to think the worst. But you have to know that if it's a voice in your head telling you bad things, it's not of God. So if you can focus on that, then you know ain't nothing wrong with you, okay, girl? Ain't nothing wrong with you, okay? You are okay. You're gonna be okay. I wouldn't say don't get on a PPI, because it did help me in the beginning, but don't get on it long term. I say 3 months max, which is what they started me off at, and I went back to it thinking that my Gerd was still acting up, not knowing that it had caused me to be iron deficiency and vitamin D deficiency, and mess with my red blood cells was low, and all of that helps your blood flow, your oxygen go to your blood and run smooth, and you need all that because you need oxygen to run through your blood into your brain and all that. So it's a scary, just when you think about it like that. And then I tell people all the time, like, I don't want to sound like a doctor, but I had to make myself knowledgeable of the things that I'm going through, because I cannot live in a doctor's office. I cannot live in a hospital. And I was going to the emergency room like every time I cough, every time I felt funny, every time I had a panic attack, every time I felt dizzy, because I didn't know. I was thinking the worst. And in the beginning, my blood pressure was up high. I had to get a handle on that. So that's a scary thing. The vitamin D, when it's low, it can cause you to be diabetic, which you don't want those problems. So you have to watch your sugar. You have to extra watch what you eat. And I had to get all those tests ran to make sure that I wasn't diabetic, the cancer, and next up for me is a colonoscopy. That's the last thing on the list, because I still am bleeding, even though they took the polyps off of my stomach while they was in there, and it was supposed to help, so he thought. It didn't. I don't bleed as much as I used to, but I still do bleed. I still cough up blood. When you lay down and you sleep, I cannot squat, like bend or anything like that, and it's like it puts pressure on my stomach and it bleeds from somewhere. So then I gotta go on my blood, child. They gotta go on my blood and see what's going on, and I don't know if I'm prepared for it, but that's next month, and I'm gonna update y'all on that. I'm gonna try to get y'all through the whole process, because I know a lot of us come on YouTube and Google for these videos because we be needing answers, because we at home and we don't be wanting, we just don't know. We be wanting somebody that's familiar, that's have gone through it. So as much as I can update y'all and do these videos for y'all, I'm gonna try to do that, because I see that they got a lot of good feedback, and I see I'm not alone. The fear, the anxiety attacks, and everything that I'm going through, it's a lot of us out there, and I'm just saying, prayers and blessings for us all, that we all overcome it, okay? That we all reverse our Gerd to be able to eat somewhat what we want to again. But even if I'm able to eat some things again, I still wouldn't, because on this journey of being more healthier and becoming a pescatarian, basically, a lot of stuff I wouldn't dare eat again, just off of knowing what it does to the body. But I do miss me some fried chicken. I missed it. I would air fry it this time. I wouldn't put it in any grease, and I definitely probably wouldn't eat out a lot of times. No fast food. I cut that out all across the board. I want to touch basically on stuff I saw in the comments. I seen someone talk about weight loss, and then I seen a video where girls talk about weight loss. From the moment I started, got diagnosed with Gerd to now, I have lost a lot of weight. I was very thick in all areas, okay? I put it like that. And now I'm just like this thin, petite girl, pretty much like my younger days when I was in junior high school. And I thought a lot of it was because, I stopped eating a lot of junk food, which was, and it was the case. But then when I became iron deficiency and vitamin D deficiency, it caused me to lose a lot of weight, too much weight, to the point where I started almost seeing my bones. And I got scared. And then I was like, okay, I need to start adding more stuff to my diet. What is going on with me? So that's when I really like got a handle on what was going on with me. Like, I was scared to take the esophagram at first. I did that first. That was the first thing. I did that. That was a breeze. It wasn't even, I watched the video, and I ain't gonna lie, the young lady video that I watched kind of scared me. And she made it seem like it was this horrible thing. And I know everybody's experience is different, but it was nothing like she explained. But her truth is her truth. What she go through is what she went through. So I can't speak for her, but for me, it wasn't bad at all. Like, I would definitely, if I had to do it again, I'd do it again with no problem this time around. And then from that, I did my endoscopy, which I was put to sleep. That went great as well, thank God for that. And then, like I said, next is my colonoscopy that I have to have done, because I need to know what's going on with me. You know, I've started to pick up more weight now because I've added more things to my diet. Because I used to fear food, and I'm like, I can't fear food, I got to eat to live. So I started to add like healthy fats to my diet, and I'm getting a little, girl want a little something. But anyway, I know I'm talking kind of fast. I'm trying to remember everything that I saw in the comments and questions that was asked and things that I just wanted to say anyway, because for the most part, I know we know what we can and cannot eat. Some what works for some doesn't work for others. Like me, I pretty much couldn't have anything at first, but I've slowly come around to be able to add more things to my diet. I still can't do and will not do what we know we can't have, which is tomatoes, citrus, and salt and pepper, and the seasoning and stuff like that. I just wouldn't do it because in the beginning I had a real bad experience. I was hospitalized for having like lightly salted chips. So I just wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even play with myself like that. I just stick to the diet that I'm on, and I've added more healthy fats, and I'm gonna continue to, just so my weight can pick back up, and just start to feel better mentally and physically about myself and what we're going through, because this too shall pass. Okay, just keep telling yourself that, yeah, it shall pass. Like, we are gonna be okay. We are. That's the video. I hope I've touched every question that needed to be answered or thought that you may have had, because like I said, I go on YouTube for these videos for these purposes. So I'm hoping with my experience I can share with y'all, so y'all can get some clarity on things that you may be going through, like the headaches and the dizziness and all of that may be related to vitamin D. So get your vitamin levels checked when you go to see your PCP. Have them check everything, all your vitamins, honey, A through Z. That's what I say, to make sure that because it may not be Gerd. Like, Gerd may have triggered something else, like a car. If you don't fix one thing, something else gonna break down eventually. So it's pretty much like that. Yeah, that's the video, y'all. Stay blessed, stay healthy. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.